So this is the appropriate response. How about we take a look at the other one? Read the task below and discuss with your partner what it means and what it is asking you to write about. Let's see what it asks us to write about. The age of information technology has taken a lot of people by surprise. I cannot clap my hand. I cannot snap my fingers. Has taken a lot of people by surprise. While it has become a way of life for some, others know very little about it and may be unlikely to learn. So, this information has become a way of life for some, others don't or will stay outside the loop forever. Eventually, we'll have a polarized society, and this will lead to serious social problems. We are having a polarized society, a society, okay, that has been split into two. One part that cannot live without technology, and another part that doesn't know anything about technology. All right? So we need to. Do you agree with this statement or not? To what? This is the question here. Okay? This is the question. I'm going to put as many circles as possible here. To what extent do you agree with this statement? You must not talk about solutions. You must not talk about maybe anything that does not concern technology. Okay? We should never talk about this is it. Okay? Without providing examples, do not mention anything except about the effects of technology in polarizing the society. That's it. Write some examples, as in the last one, A to I before here. All right? 2 of the areas you might cover in the answer. Do not feel that you must agree with the argument put forward in the question. Try to rewrite in your own words. All right? And sorry, I don't know where this one came from. Let's just cross this one out. Anyway, let's try and write some sentences here to describe what we need to talk about. Maybe let's talk about the relation between parents and children in terms or at home. Maybe the relation between parents and children at home. Earlier, before, people used to sit together and talk and all that, but nowadays children are on their phones and on their laptops, and the parents cannot talk to them, something like that. Maybe. Maybe older and younger employees, all right? Older and younger employees, or the conflict. Older and younger employees, all right? So we have older employees that are more experienced, that know a lot about the job, but do not know how to use a computer. And we have younger employees that are new to the business, but at the same time, they know a lot about computers and want to change a lot. Okay? Maybe we're going to say even what happens between rich countries and poor countries. Okay? So the children of the rich countries have computers, which means that they can find or they can be educated much easier, right? And they can find whatever they are looking for. They can go to any job they want. But the poor children do not have maybe even rich and poor people. Okay? Or rich and poor people. All right? Rich and poor people. So rich countries and poor ones. So rich countries have the fastest internet, and then that means that the children can do anything they want online. They can have, or the people can have conference calls, but in the other ones, okay, they know very little about computers, the poor countries, and this means that they will have to do things the old way. Maybe. Rich and poor people, the same thing. Right? If you don't have a computer now, it's very unlikely for you to have a job. Okay? So, we are talking about what happens, this technology shock, if you may, right? Technology shock, if you will, between the people who know about the technology and use it every day, and the people who do not know it, and the polarization of the society that will separate these from those. Okay? Then let's take a look now at another one. Now, we were collecting some ideas, of course. Sometimes the idea here is pro and against, or for or against. So, for, against, pros, cons, advantages, disadvantages. You might list these ideas in this way. Of course, if you are going to disagree with this, you have to provide what happens. So you can even say that poor countries are now having more devices, okay, and this means that many people in the poor countries are having good jobs, okay, and are gaining enough money for them to be able to drive their economy. Or you can say that actually parents are in fact learning how to use these devices from the children. And this means that they're actually bonding together, but in a different way. Okay? Instead of children talking to parents all the time about anything, they are teaching the parents how to use a mobile phone, which is an amazing way to communicate. I've also heard about the Queen of England, Her Majesty, actually learning how to use an iPad. I think Prince Henry was teaching her how to use an iPad. So this is an amazing bonding experience. So you can argue in either side, but make sure to provide examples, proof to what you're saying. Then, another way of developing your idea on a topic has two sides. Okay, that has two sides is to make a list of pros and a list of cons, or points for and against. So you can just make this list here. Okay, these are the points that are for, and the points that are against, maybe I'll write them quickly here. So, bonding experience. Alright, maybe poor children with laptops. Maybe, what else? Bonding experience, poor children with laptops, and maybe even economy. Learn. So the technology is now becoming a bonding experience, something that links the people of the third world to the first world, and everyone knows what everyone else is doing, which means that you can learn very easily with a laptop, even if you are in the poorest country in the world. Maybe. Okay? So here are the lists. Let's try making a list now. Okay? But not on this topic. We'll just choose another one here. Children over 15 should be allowed to make decisions about their lives. Just a moment. Okay. About their lives. Without the interference of their parents or teachers, society should accept that children mature at a younger age these days and should adjust the law accordingly. Discuss this statement in relation to your own society or a society that you know well. So first, please make sure. Just a moment. Okay. I'm just going to put this a bit far. Please make sure that you know the society that you're talking about, okay? So that you provide many examples for it, and at the same time, make sure that you mention the society and the setting you are talking about. So, let's talk about the Arab society in general. Okay? I think you all know that the maturation age is usually 18. Okay? So, just have an introduction for a long time. Okay? The maturation age has been or has not changed and has stayed at 18. Not 198 years. Okay, at 18, something like that. Okay. However, then talk about technology. Okay, technology has exposed our children to numerous experiences that exceed what any experience, or not experience here, numerous experiences that exceed any other or anything, okay, we have ever seen. Okay, then you of course this sentence is not very good, but at least you know, okay, what we're talking about. This is an introduction. Let's just list the points now. Let's list the points actually here. So let's talk about how technology, okay, because I was not planning my introduction very well, you noticed that my introduction was not very good. So I need to plan first. So first, let's write how technology has exposed children to numerous experiences. So a child at 15, I'm pretty sure he has seen online much more information, much more education than a man at 35 had in his entire life. Okay, so a child at 15 knows more than a man at 35 years old nowadays. Alright, how technology has exposed children to numerous experiences. Perhaps we can say that today's pace is very quick, or is quicker than ever before. So we're talking about today's experience or today's pace. We need to grow up very quickly, to work very early, or to start working early, and then gain more money, because if we wait until we are old, we will waste time. A child at 10 must learn 4 languages, many things. No, okay, a child at 10, forget about the 4 languages, but we have to mature much quicker, or we have to be declared adults much earlier, so that because we are exposed to much more experiences. Okay? What about the points against? You can say that biology doesn't change, or didn't change, okay? Didn't change, and you explained this by saying we always mature at 18, okay, no matter how much, I'm just writing outside the border now, no matter how much we learn. And then you can say that children nowadays know a lot more, but they're still kids, okay? They still act like kids and they're being irresponsible and immature, okay? We can even say that it doesn't matter education or maturation means responsibility, okay? And we must not, okay, hold the children, or we must not steal, shall we say, steal the children innocence اللي هي البراءة براءة الأطفال, okay, at young age. So they have to stay the way they are, okay? They have to stay children. They have to enjoy their early life before 18 years old, before they become adults, okay? Before they are considered adults, okay? They have to be allowed to make mistakes, and they have to be allowed to be given more chances, because once they become adults, they are not given any chances and they will be punished for any mistake they make, especially if they drive a car and suddenly hit someone, maybe. Okay, so we're talking about two different topics, and we are trying to find points that support them both, that support the pros and the cons at the same time. Why? Because at the very end, we will decide whether we are for or against. One of the main problems with us Arabs, okay, is that we say our opinion first, then we look, okay, why did I say this? So, do you like bananas? Yes, I like bananas because I don't know, because they're yellow? No, you have to think for yourself. You have to start weighing your opinion. Okay, okay, what about bananas? Okay, they are sweet, they are very nice, tasty, and they are very easy to peel, the banana. Okay, it's very easy. It's cheaper than maybe avocados or mangoes, or they are maybe they are clean, because once you peel the banana, the inside is very clean. Okay? Then you say, I don't like the banana because the peeling, القشرة ديت, okay, it's very hard. You have to throw it somewhere, and you cannot find a dustbin every time. Maybe you don't like the color yellow. I don't like yellow. Maybe what else? Okay, at least you get the point. You try and write down. Write down. Don't think. Write. Okay. By the way, you will not write these ideas in the writing. Just write them for yourself. So write your ideas. Okay, or write your points or your draft. Okay, you write it in your somewhere. Don't write them in the answer sheet. The answer sheet should have your answer, your essay. But your ideas, write them in the question and then think about it and then write your answer. Right? So here are some of the ideas, and then you balance. You try to find which one is more convincing. Then you go for it. Okay? So you think, then you give your opinion. Not give your opinion, then think. Okay? Please don't put the horse behind the carriage. ما تحطوش الحصان ورا العربية. أو العربية قدام الحصان. Okay? Next. Now, just a moment. Okay. We will just talk about this plan here, but we will not talk about the examples. All right? I'm just going to talk about what I'm going to give to present you in the next lesson. Organizing your ideas. Organizing your ideas, I think in the other whiteboard here, I had many ideas. Okay? We had this one and this one and this. We need to organize them. we need to have a certain sequence. To have a certain sequence, there has to be a logical link. لازم يبقى فيه علاقة منطقية, a logical link between each idea and the next one. So, for example here, let's see that I said that I visited you in something and I loved New Hampshire. So I can say this and then say this. So I say a sentence that I visited you and I had so much fun, and then I thought that this city is a beautiful city, okay? Which is why I want to go there and study, all right? So I also maybe saw cars in New Hampshire and I became interested in them. So I became interested in cars my entire life, but when I went to New Hampshire, or when I went to Hampshire, I saw lots of beautiful cars. Okay, so I became very interested in engineering, which is why I want to study engineering. All right, so you start with this here, 1, then 2, okay, then 3 here, and then 4, maybe, and then you have this 5, all right, and after you say that I have studied English and this and this and this is what I have. Please tell me what I can do. So this is 6. This is how you sequence your ideas logically. Now, let's get back here to the slides. The key to good, clear writing is simplicity. Simplify your text. Do not make it complicated. I made this mistake myself and it cost me a lot, okay? I tried to complicate my text very much, okay? And I also didn't write paragraphs, so my mark at that time was horrible, all right? I got 6.5, okay? I was not in my full mind. I was not ready for the test, okay? And I got 6.5 in the writing. Why? Because I didn't follow these instructions. Even the best writer will take bad marks if he didn't follow these instructions. Alright? So simplify your writing. Make them clear and easy to understand. Do not start the introduction until you know what you're going to say in your answer. These. Okay? Once you have thought of some relevant ideas, you need to organize them logically. Organize them logically. If you produce an answer that presents a list of ideas without development, okay, من غير تطور, you will lose marks. You have to make your ideas in order. How to approach it? Of course, we have made a list. All right, let's take a look at the next part here. For example, this part here between technology and so on. Okay, we have had these lists here. Now let's decide which of these ideas are the most important. Relations between parents and children at home, maybe. Okay, maybe rich countries and poor countries are very important. Bonding experience and okay, so choose some of these points that you consider to be the most important, or the ones that you can think about the best. Okay, that you can have the best examples of. You have to choose the ideas on which you can talk the most. You have the most examples about the bonding experience between the parents and the children. All right, or you know about a rich country and a poor country and the technology in each one. So talk about this. So choose the ideas that would give you the best marks. You may not agree on this, so try to argue your case. Anyway, discuss how many of the key ideas you think you could cover in 250 words. So see how many ideas you can cover. In default, an idea can take about 4 lines. 4 lines, so 40 words, or yes, 4 or 5 lines. So you have 5 ideas. If you have 5 ideas, that's 20 lines, 200 words. Introduction and conclusion, 260 words. 3 and 3 lines, that's it. So you can have 4 ideas, 5 lines each, okay? Or 5 ideas, 4 lines each, 3 lines introduction, 3 lines conclusion. So I'm just going to divide it myself here. You can either intro, all right, 30 words, all right. Try not to have longer than 30 words. Then 4 paragraphs, all right, 4 paragraphs which are 50 lines each, all right. Then conclusion, okay, 30 words as well. So let's see, 30 and 30, 60. 50 lines for 4 paragraphs, that's 200 words, plus 60, 260 words. Perfect. Or just if you think you cannot write 50 lines for every idea, just have 5 paragraphs and 40 lines each. Okay? Of course, either way, you will end up with 260 words. So, let's see. So, discuss how many of the key ideas you think you could cover in 250 words. Take a new sheet of paper and divide it into columns so that you can have 1 column for every key idea. Discuss what order you think the ideas should go in. Write the key ideas at the top of each column in order you have decided. Take a new sheet of paper and divide it into columns so that you can have 1 column for every key idea. So for, let's see here, biology didn't change, we always mature at 18, so we can take this one and put it in a column like this, here, here, okay, come on. So you can have this in a separate column like this, and then you will need to write this maturity is responsibility in another one. Why do we do this? Because we will have to present what? Supporting ideas. Select some supporting ideas for each key idea from your lists. Write these beneath the relevant key idea. Think about your own experience and consider if you have any supporting points to it. So, first you have this, biology didn't change, we always mature at 18, no matter, so you can say that research has proved that boys mature at 17, maybe 14, or at 12. Sorry, that the boys maybe reach puberty, okay, at maybe 12 or 13, all right, and girls at 9, maybe, or 10. But puberty is not complete until at 17. And since some children can take longer to mature, 18 is a safer time. Is a safer time. 18 is a safe age at which children can be considered adults. Something like that. Okay, then we provide an example. I know this boy at school who was 18, but he was thinking like a young boy, or we know this boy at 16, okay, but he was acting like a young child, okay, so we had to wait, or if he is considered an adult and he is allowed to drive a car, he will make accidents and kill people. Here, maturity means responsibility. We should not steal children's innocence. The same thing. Say, prove it. Prove why maturation is responsibility. You say that adults can be trialed. Okay? Trialed is when you say that someone can be a criminal and take him to court, mahkamah. So, adults can be trialed and sent to prison, something, okay? And then say that, just a moment, trialed, and sent to prison, and children make lots of mistakes, and if these mistakes are done by children that are 15, okay, they act like children, or they are forced to act like children because their biology says so, but they are trialed as adults, which means that many children will go to prison, something like that. So this is how we organize our ideas. First, we brainstorm. We try to put as many ideas for or against. All right. Then we see which points are the best for me, in terms of which ones I can provide the best examples to. Then I put every main idea in a column, okay, and then support. So this is the idea in a column. I give supporting ideas to this one, and the next one supporting ideas, and of course examples. Okay, supporting keys and examples from our own experience. Examples, talk about your own experience, yani examples. Okay, of course they don't have to be personal. You don't have to be personal. Talk about your own experience, not a problem really. Just provide any examples. Okay, maybe you can say that I have not seen it myself, but I know that someone else told me this. Okay, it doesn't have to be personal. Okay, so I'm just not going to take a look at this example. This one and the text after it, okay, are solved. These are band 9 scores. Really excellent solutions. But I will not go for them today, because the time for my lesson today is over. I am very tired. So I'd like to thank you so much for attending this session 6 of my IELTS preparation course. In the next course, I will review my what we learned in task 1 general, and task 2 we will go for some examples, and then after the examples we will talk about the first task in the academic module, which in my opinion can be very difficult if you do not prepare for it appropriately. So until then, thank you very much for following session 6, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.